content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Book at Power365 FM. Instagram at Power365_FM. Power365 Radio, your source for news and insights. This is Power365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria, catered to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good morning and welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review on Power365 FM, your #1 online radio. This morning, I have a lot of news headlines on my table this time, but we'll be taking it one after the other. First of all, we'll go through the headlines before we go to the news and details this morning. Don't forget, we're live on all our social media and beg your pardon, on Facebook at Power FM Live, on YouTube at Power365 FM, and on TikTok also at Power365 Online Radio is where to watch us and listen to us live and direct. This morning, we'll go through the headline first and foremost. My name is Ebidakbo Miracle Oluwadami Lola. Federal government vows to end plateau farmer herders clashes. Ignore seat at home, order declared on Monday. Tuesday, IPOP tells resident. Join politics to decide your fate, OT tells youth. ICYMI, Nigerian supplies Togo, Benin 24 hours power supply. That's coming from TCN. Give us our land back, Senator Hercules, King Charles in Australian Parliament. Anti-party fireship protects as Ekiti PDP recommends expulsion. Alleged adultery, Kano arraigns Jigawa commissioner. And also I'm able to say this, police decree increasing rate of jungle justice. Jigawa explosion, Northern governors donate 900 million naira. And also on business side this morning, I'm able to cite this particular news story. Petrol marketers import 123 million liters, continue talks with Dangote. Cooking gas price rise by 114% in 16 months. PPP can tackle power infrastructure challenge. Last coming from ICRC. Rather than we go on a short break, and while we're back from the short break, then we dive into the news and this morning. Please don't touch it dial. I will be right back. Ignore seat at home, order declared on Monday. Tuesday, IPOP tells residents. The indigenous people of Biafra has asked Southeast residents to ignore any declaration of seat at home on October 21st and 22, insisting that the order did not emanate from the group. A video and voices note has been circulating on social media for over 2 weeks, warning residents of the Southeast to remain indoors on October 21st and 22, saying that though this has been declared to deal with anyone who fails to comply with the directive, saying it remains sacrosanct. This development generated panic and chaos, and particularly in Anambra, as some official and non-official engagement fixed for those days has been rescheduled. For instance, our correspondent gathered that cases coming up at the law court on those days were rescheduled for another day, while school activities were also called off. When asked, one of the court clerk told our correspondent, we heard they have declared October 24th and 22 for the cases coming up on those days is to avoid a situation where hoodlums will hijack the vehicle that may be conveying suspects to the court from the prison. You can read further details on that also, as Ignore Sirat's Hortha declared on Monday, Tuesday, IPOP test resident. Join politics to decide your fate, OT tells youth. The Abia State Governor, Alex Oti, has urged Nigerian youth to join politics to decide their fate and make a difference. Oti gave the advice during the church activities at the Transforming Church on Sunday in Abuja, the nation's capital. He stated that every society needs the leadership it deserves, saying if you sit back at home, says politics is for politicians, the politicians will decide everything for you. I'm challenging all the young people here. Don't shy away from politics. That is why decisions about your future are made. Quoting Psalm 62 verse 11, the governor said, the power belongs to God, and advised the youth against spying away from power. You can make a lot of changes if you have power, and that is what politics will give you to create the changes you want to see in the lives of your people. This is because other political office has afford people the opportunity to affect the lives of more people than one can imagine, he said. Oti said that he left the banking sector in 2014 and joined politics to make a difference by doing things differently. The governor said that as a governor of Abia, he could affect the entire population of the state by just one action. He called on Christians not to pray alone, but to complement it with hard work, adding that the way their dreams and aspirations would come true. During the sermon, the church led Pastor Sam Oye, who spoke to the goodness of God, called on Nigerians to keep their faith strong and not give up on their dreams. Reading from Psalm 119, verse 68, Oye expressed the need for people to learn how to be good to others. He thanked OT for visiting the church and reiterated the commitment of the church to praying for those in position of leadership. You can read further details on that also on the Punch newspaper this morning. Join politics to decide your fate, OT tells youth. ICYMI, Nigeria supplies Togo, Benin 24 hours power supply. That's coming from TCN. The managing director and CEO of the transmission company of Nigerian, Sule Abdulaziz, has disclosed that Nigeria supplies 24 hours electricity to neighboring countries Togo and Benin amid ongoing discussions in the country following a recent power grid collapse. We supply Togo, Benin, and Niger. They get power from Nigeria on a 24 hours basis, and they are paying for it. Abdulaziz stated during an appearance on Channel TV's Politics Tonight program on Sunday. When asked how many Nigerians do not enjoy uninterrupted power, he responded, Nigerians are getting 24-hour supply, but it's not everyone. Those in Band A receive 20 to 22 hours of power supply. According to Punch online reports that Band A customers are prioritized for 20 to 24 hours of electricity. B and B customers get 16 to 20 hours, and B and C receives 12 to 16 hours of power each day. Abdulaziz expressed optimism about achieving a consistent electricity supply across Nigeria within 5 years. I am telling you, we can get consistent power supply in less than 5 years. The new minister is looking at the problem, and he is not doing cosmetic showdown, he said. He emphasized that system collapse do not necessarily originate from the TCN. I am telling you, if there is a system collapse, it doesn't mean all the problems are from TCN. It can be from generation, it can be from transmission, it can be from distribution. Some of these can also come from disaster. You cannot say it is fault of the TCN just like that. TCN are in charge of managing the grid, he said. Abdulaziz also clarified the distinctions between the TCN and the non-defunct National Electric Power Authority. You can also read further details on that also on the Point newspaper this morning, as Nigerian supplies Togo, Benin, 24 hours power supply that's coming from TCN. us our land back, Senator echoes King Charles in Australian Parliament. Indigenous Senator Lydia Topels shouted anti-colonial slogans at King Charles during his visit to the Australian Parliament on Monday, shocking assembled lawmakers and other dignitaries. Give us our land back. Give us what you stole from us, Topel screamed in an almost minute-long diatribe after the 75-year-old king's speech. This is not your land. You are not my king, the independent lawmaker said, declaring what she describes as a genocide of indigenous Australians by European settlers. Australia was a British colony for more than 100 years, during which time thousands of Aboriginal Australians were killed and entire communities displaced. Charles is a 9-day jaunt through Australia and Samoa, the first major foreign tour since his life-changing cancer diagnosis earlier this year. Tope is known for the attention-grabbing political stunt and fierce opposition to the monarchy. When he was sworn into the office in 2022, Tope raised his fight first as she actually bravely swore to serve Queen Elizabeth, who was the Australian head of state. I, Sovereign Lydia Tope, do solemnly and sincerely swear that I will be faithful and I bear true allegiance to colonizing Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, she said, before being rebuked by a Senate official. Senator Tope, you are required to recite the oath as printed on the card, said the Chamber President Solines. You can read further details also on that on the Punch newspaper this morning as Give Us Our Land Back, Senator echoes King Charles in Australian Parliament. Anti-party fire shade protects as executed. PDP recommends expulsion. The Ekiti State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has recommended the expulsion of former Governor Ayodele Fayose from the party. The recommendation was submitted by the party's caretaker committee chairman Dari Adeleke before the chief Tom Ikemi-led PDP disciplinary committee. The party accused the former governor of anti-party activities, especially his declared support for the second term bid of Governor Abiodun Oyebanji. Fayose had, in an interview last week, said he would support Oyebanji for his second term in office, though he did not belong to the same party as the governor. The former governor, while inaugurating the dead-end Faglo Road and electrification project recently completed by Oyebanji and Ado-Ekiti, reiterated his support for the second-term bid of the governor who belonged to the All Progressive Congress. Speaking to the recommendation for expulsion, Fayose said he was not bothered, adding that Adeleke lacked such power to recommend him, Fayose, for expulsion. Speaking through his aide, Larry Olayinka, the former governor dismissed the activities of the CTC chairman. What was soon known between him, Adeleke, and Fayose, who owns the politics of Ekiti. He will be the one that will come to Ekiti from Ibadan to vote for PDP in 2026 and 2027, he said. Does he, Adeleke, have that kind of power? No, he does not. His position as CTC chairman has been challenging court. I am aware of 3 or 4 court cases saying he ought not to be the CTC chairman. You can read further details on that as anti-party Fayose protests as PDP recommends expulsion. And finally, on newspaper review this morning, alleged adultery Kano reigns Jigawa Commissioner. The Jigawa State Commissioner for Special Duties, Mr. Wao Sankara, will be arraigned in a Kano court today over alleged infidelity. The Director General of Eastbourne Commission in Kano, Mr. Abba Sufi, confirmed the development of the newsman on Sunday. Sankara was allegedly arrested by Kano Isba in an uncompleted building with a married woman. The commissioner, however, denied the allegation in a statement issued to newsmen that was on Thursday. He claimed that the report of his arrest was a mischief aimed at tarnishing his established political career. Jigawa State Governor Umaru Namdi was therefore constituted a 5-member committee to investigate the allegation against the commissioner. The committee has the Secretary of the State Government, Malam Bala Ibrahim, as Chairman Commissioner for Information, Mr. Sagi Musa, Basic Education, Mr. Lawad Danzomo, and the Special Advisor on Security Matters, Mr. Usman Mohammed as members. The committee is expected to submit its findings in 2 weeks. You can read further details on that also as alleged adultery Kano Reigns Jigawa Commissioner. Thank you so very much for being part of Newspaper Review on Power 365 FM this morning. Till I come my way tomorrow, my name is Ebida or Miracle Oluwa Damila. For yourself, a fantastic and productive week ahead. Once again, happy Monday. It's a new week and a week of blessing for you and I.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed,